All right, we're going.
Okay, this is going to be a
Who
demonstration.
are you?
Oh, I'm John Selby.
And you
Yeah,
are what?
and I am the founder of the race, so you can blame it on me. And I'm also AKA Sasquatch sometimes. So anyway, we're going to give a demonstration on how to put together one of these bell towers. There are a certain number of parts you really need to have for each bell tower. There's a stack of legs. Okay, there's two black with ties, that's these things, and two black that are bare, that don't have the ties. And then there are two unpainted 2x4s which go along the ground to prevent the wind from blowing one of these things over. And they're usually strapped together with leather straps at both ends, but we have taken those off. Okay, another thing you're going to need are the tools and this bucket of nuts and bolts and washers that are extras if you need them, because the correct number of bolts and nuts and washers and whatnot are in this bell box. Okay, each bell stand has a bell, and there's a set of nuts and bolts and stuff that are needed for that bell stand. And there's also a black bag. If it rains and this gets left out, you can just put the whole thing in this to protect it. Otherwise, you know, a lot of times the truck that sets them up will take the box with them, but that's fine. Anyway, this is the bell. Okay, and then in the case of the Buckley and Ording Half Marathon, you need to have these that bolt on the front. You can see that right over there with the B&O Buckley engine front. Okay, and finally, to facilitate the setup, these sawhorses are really helpful, because what you do is you set up like this. There are two of these needed, and you can see that one of them is taller than the other one. Okay, because the thickness of the 2x6 and the 2x4 has a cross beam. Okay. Okay, and the reason we do that is because the bell stand part here is thicker down here than it is up here, and you want the whole panel to be level. So that's what we'll do. We'll set it up so that let's see if I can do this.
Let me help you there, John.
There we go. Okay. So now it's level, and when you set up the legs, the ones that fasten underneath go down and touch the ground, and they're at the right angle with respect to the panel. And you need a helper to do the upper ones, because they'll clamp on here, and that leg goes up like this. Okay, and finally, this is what you would consider the front. The runner is going to come toward this. So when you put the bell on the top, you want the bell, well, there's a rope that you pull, and the rope should hang down the front, and these two legs are the ones that should have the ties on them, because you want it to look like you're running toward a railroad. Okay?
Okay. All right.
Okay, so now we're about ready to put the legs on. And let's see. They're marked, as you can see, maybe L for left and the other one is R for right. And we're putting on the left one now, so it should see the one with the ties goes on top, so the runner is facing that. And then there's another black one, which goes underneath.
Now, John, which way do those little wood slats on the leg go?
Well, the slats, the ties, are below the rail, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Obviously. Okay, and so this is what you need help for, because one person has to hold the upper one while we did this. Okay, and you will find in the bag all the necessary bolts with their washers and nuts. There should be 2 very long ones and 2 a little bit shorter. Okay, so for one side you're going to need these 2, and so here's what we do. Jerry will hold the upper one to try and get it at the right angle. Now it has to spread out like this. Okay, and down. Okay, now this one goes from underneath, and it should be about right, given that we put this on a table and we got it flat. All right, so what I like to do is I put this up. The long one, of course, goes in the thickest part. Okay. And then, here we go. I think you need to tip it down a little bit, Jerry.
To the nose?
Down your end, yeah. Okay. And then put the nut on. Okay, and then the other one. Now there are already washers embedded in here, so you don't need to put extra washers on. Now this is a tricky one because you got to get the angle right to get the thing in there. I don't know which way you got to go, but we need to move in or out. Probably your end out a little bit.
Well, let's see. See, look with the top hole. See if you can see down through that top hole, John. And then I'll
Oh
align.
yeah, you've got to go out quite a
this
bit. In fact, yeah, there you go. Okay, that's about it right there. See, I'm gonna do it from below though. There we go. And then okay, there we go. And all you need to do is get them started, and then if you have a power drill or a speed wrench, now's the time to pull that out. But we didn't bring that, so let's see, where's the bucket of the, oh, there it is. You've got the tools you need here, they're just not real fast. I think what we'll do, No, that's just about, it's not quite tight, but it's good enough to demonstrate what you have to do. Now, I think we could put the bell on, Jerry.
You want to hand me one of those half signs there so I can put it underneath this to support it?
Oh, sure. I can try and get this a little bit tighter.
I got it.
too.
No, that's fine. I got it. All right, got it here, John.
Okay. Okay, now you'll find in the bag there are 3 short bolts with nuts and washers, and those are intended to put on the bell. Okay, and like I said, there's a rope to pull the bell, so you want it to hang down the front side where the runner's coming. It still works on the back side, of course, but it's a little easier to see if it's down the front.
We don't need to attach it, John. Just demonstrate how.
Okay, so there are 3, and they've got washers, so you can put the washers on the wood side and run them through, and you got it. And it's important to make sure that these ties are still intact, because someone once got mad and yanked on the bell so hard that it broke the shaft, and the bell itself fell. If it had hit him, he would have suffered the consequences of his bad choice. But anyway, we've got them tied so they can't fall. All right, that's it.
Okay. All right.
Good luck.
Oh,
and have
explain
fun.
explain the leg part too.
Oh,
the,
yes.
The supports.
There are 2 unpainted 2x4s that are used to fasten across both legs when they're on the ground. Okay, there are holes in the bottoms of the legs, and there are holes in here, and when you stand it up and you lay this on the ground, then it spreads the support so that if there's a wind, it won't blow the whole thing over. And there are already washers embedded, so you just put the bolts through. And
Which bolts are those, John?
those are the 4 medium-sized bolts like this. Okay. So that's it.
All right.
Have fun.